The Suns are back at it tonight. They have not played since that thrilling fourth quarter where they came back and beat the Clippers. They were down 19. They outscored them by 21 in the fourth, and they end up winning 119 to 117. So the record is still what it is. The Suns are still 4 games below 500. They still have a lot of work to do to even get to the number 10 seed in the Western Conference, which of course is the cutoff for the play-in. But it's not impossible. They're 2.5 games back at Dallas. They play Dallas Sunday. If they beat Dallas Sunday, they'll have the tiebreaker over Dallas, which could come up big. And Dallas obviously is missing a bunch of players now, some of them because they traded Luka Doncic away for reasons I still can't figure out, and some of them because guys are hurt. So it's still there for the Suns, but they're going to have to go through a very difficult schedule, and it picks back up, I guess, tonight in Denver, Wolf.
Yeah, it does. And looking at the show sheet right now, it says, who needs to lead this team? Who needs to lead tonight? And for me, there's only one. There can only be one, and that's Devin Booker, ladies and gentlemen. He's my dog. Yes, I understand that. He needs to lead this team, and I won't come off that, Luke. I'm not going to come off that. He needs to be the guy, and he needs to be more vocal on the floor and in huddles. That's what I'm going to say right there. He needs to be more vocal on the floor and in huddles. And I do not say that to stick my jaw into Coach Bud's jaw. I don't say that.
No, you've been saying that for a year.
I've been saying that for a year. Thank you. Over a year, as a matter of fact. But I say that because it's exactly what this team needs. And I don't believe the reports from Chris Haynes.
Really? Okay.
I'm at a point right now, I'm not attacking Chris Haynes. He was told something by somebody.
I have so many questions.
I refuse to believe that a coach would walk up to Devin Booker, one of the best basketball players in the universe, who's a smart, tough guy whom everyone respects, and say to him, we need you to be less vocal on the floor and in huddles. There's no way I believe that happened. I'm just saying, that's my own opinion.
It doesn't make any sense. I understand it doesn't make any sense. So I have some doubt that it happened. But at the same time, I can't go like, oh, there's no way it happened. I can't, because then what's the explanation? And every explanation we heard after that didn't shoot it down. So I don't know what to think. But either way, that's part of the baggage they carry into these final 20 games, whether it happened or not.
It's part of the baggage. There's no doubt about the fact that it's part of the baggage. But maybe it was misinterpreted.
Maybe
it
I'm
was
sure
misinterpreted right there. Maybe he was talking about certain schemes that he was not this blanket. We don't want you to lead. We don't need your vocal voice out on the floor or in the huddle. We don't need that from you. No way that happened.
Well, here's one thing you don't have to interpret at all. Here's Coach Bud. Yesterday he was asked, okay, Colin Gillespie coming off that monster fourth quarter, is he going to start against Denver?
Can one quarter like that earn a player starting consideration?
I'd say no.
All right. There's nothing to interpret.
There he goes. Okay, so that's really good because it answered the question. I said, well, if you're going to let him close a game, and he did a really good job,
yeah,
would you not also let him start a game? And then you could manage his minutes from that point. We got our answer.
I'll go back to what I was saying yesterday. If you're hopefully not in a similar situation, but if the situation allows for it, I wouldn't mind seeing him start the fourth. I don't really care if he starts the game, but he was such a jolt of energy that you could see his son's teammates were like, yeah, we got to play like this guy. Like it kind of looks silly if he comes off the bench and is playing this hard. And yeah, okay, we're probably all a little more talented and more, more well-rounded in the NBA, and we've experienced it, but we got to like match his effort. And when they did, we saw what happened. They blew the Clippers out in the fourth quarter and won the game.
So I guess, well, when you start with that, ding, set the tone. Just say, hey, Colin, we're going to run you out there. Just relax. Don't try to be, what you're not. Just go out and be who you are. I don't know why you wouldn't do that.
Well, they're not. That was a pretty clear answer. He was also asked if Colin Gillespie could see more minutes at least.
Every night's a little bit different, who's available, not available, but his impact on the game was huge. Him finding ways to get defensive boards, get his hands on things, fight through screens, communicate, finish in the basket. He just was a huge part of, I think a 20-plus, fourth quarter. So, certainly probably going to try and find ways to get him into the games. But, again, it's lots of times dictated by who's available.
Yeah, Colin Gillespie was out there trying hard. He was trying hard, and that's what I think this team needs more than anything else. It's trying hard. They have all the talent you could possibly want. How about trying hard?
Here's one more. It's quick, Coach Butt, on if guys can pick up on that energy that Gillespie was bringing, at least.
I mean, there's always, you're always looking for sources of good, positive energy, of competitive energy, and I think he brings that in a good way.
So we'll see. I tend to agree in the sense of I don't know that it's realistic or fair to look at Colin Gillespie and be like, that guy's going to save our season. He was instrumental in that comeback. I agree with what you're saying, Wolf. His ability to bring a jolt of energy is something you now know you have at your disposal. I don't think you're ever going to bring him in and he's not going to play with energy. He might not be hitting shots the way he was, but he's something that he's something in your toolkit now, and you're going to need everything in these last 20 games.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.